Hi guys, it's Mary, and it is 5 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So that means we're a little early, but we're going to do the same kind of thing that we normally do. Let me move this, and let me be sure we're transmitting over here off to the left. It looks like we are. Yay, and I think I'm even on the right page. Woohoo! All right, well, I appreciate y'all indulging me. I see some people joining. I do appreciate you coming early today. I kind of do want to go to a birthday party, so I'm just a gonna. But now I can't see. Where's my comments? There we go. Hi, Serene. Appreciate you joining. Hi, Karen from Tucson, Arizona, and Pam and Michelle. I appreciate y'all coming and spending part of your weekend with me. Hi, Faith. Hi, Nancy Lynn. Appreciate it. Hey, Catherine, Virginia, Daryl, Linda. Yay! All my peeps. Hi, Bree. Appreciate you joining. Hello, Andrea. Susan. Yeah, I know. It's kind of good. We might have to consider doing earlier. So I may do a little poll here in the next day or two to see if 5 o'clock would be a good time. I'm not sure it's good for me. I need to touch base with the hubs to see, because it's kind of dinner time in the normal scheme of things. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Carol. Hi, Lenny. And Patricia. Okay, we're going to get started. I'm not going to spend a lot of time yucking. I don't know why I'm yucking, but I'm yucking. So, this is the card that I gave you the sneak peek of. I did tempt you with some chocolate chip cookies. Cookies. Loves me some cookies. So, this is for the Paper Players Challenge tomorrow, and it is a clean and simple challenge. This is really about as close as I get, just so you know. Hi, Jean. Appreciate you joining. But it is cookies, cupcakes, cakes, cookies, and cupcakes. So clean and simple cakes, cookies, and cupcakes. So be turning in your head what kind of a card you would like to make, and I hope you will join us. All right, so it's just a basic card. It is not a fun fold, but on the inside it says today is a cookies kind of day, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too, because adulting is hard. All those saying adulting is hard, go ahead and just raise your hand now. Oh, Daryl, you're so sweet. Thank you. Okay, Faith, so middle of your afternoon, yes, that's true. Yeah, not going anywhere right now, but that will end one of these days. Hi, Donna from Washington. Appreciate you joining. Okay, and then here is our envelope, and you might recognize this paper. It is from the World of Good Specialty DSP, okay? So here is the stamp set. Now, I have done a little pre-cutting. I also, oh, by the way, used a card, although you really can't see it, so the jury is out about whether you really need it or not. I mean, I think you need it, but not necessarily for this card. It uses the new Curvy dies from the Curvy Celebration set that will be available to y'all on the 3rd of November. It actually used this die. So these 3 dies are edgelets, although this one doesn't cut an edge. You might recall the card I did last week with the butterflies. This just embosses and cuts the leaves out. But this edgelet die and this one both have a cutting edge. So I want to show you a little trick about this, okay? My card front today, and it doesn't really matter, but you might want it to matter one day. It might matter for your card one day. Thank you, Connie. Hey, Tanya. I know, right? It's just depends. It all just depends. Okay, so I had a piece of 3 7/8 by 5 1/8 DSP, just like my normal card front, and then I ran it through my cutting machine with this die in place. Now let me show you something. I did the same thing on this piece. Hang on, I want it to fit together like a puzzle, just like a puzzle. But you can see on this one, the selvage side has the polka dots. On this one, the selvage side is clean. So the way to do that is you put the cutting edge on whichever side you need it to cut. So in this instance, the cutting edge went like this on the paper. So when I picked it up, I had a clean line here, which could be like a snowdrift, right? Or hills, pasture, whatever. But if you turn the die over, like so that the cutting edge, can you see this cutting edge right there? That side cuts, This side does not. So if you put that, wherever that cutting edge is, it's going to cut your DSP. So if you want the perforations on the side that's going to stay on your card, then you need to put it so that the perforations are like so. Is that making sense to everybody? Yeah, maybe? Okay. Yeah, it is fun. It is kind of cool, and I do kind of enjoy it. Here's another little tip for you, just so you know. This little scripty paper in World of Good, it does have an up and a down. I'm not going to tell you why I know that, but just trust that I know that. Okay, so it does have an up and down, even though you can't really even read the words. I'm not even sure they're in a real language, but when it's upside down on your card, you're going to be like, oh, that's upside down. So just keep that in the back of your mind. All right, so there it is, my tip about using the curvy dies. The same is also true, oh, by the way, for this one that cuts out the little flirty-doos, okay? So it has a cutting edge, and wherever that cutting edge is, the inside of that's going to have your cutout. So you have to decide, do you want it on one side or the other? Boy, that was some of the worst explanation ever, but okay, you now understand. I'm certain you understand. All right. Yeah, 3rd of November. Almost, it is like around the corner. Do you know what else is around the corner? Yeah, Christmas. So, time to be making your wish list, people, because it is time to be telling all your friends what you want for Christmas. You know, things like Stampin' Up. Okay, so I'm also playing with a color challenge, which is the color throwdown, and it was black, crumb cake, and orange, and so I've got terracotta tile. So let's go ahead and adhere this paper now that I've cut it, so you can see about how much I cut out, just maybe like an inch, right? Where'd that other piece go? Well, it's around here somewhere, but you can see how much is left over, yeah? Okay, so I'm just going to use some liquid glue on that paper. My friend that we're going to the birthday party is, $29 plus expedited shipping and handling, kind of like I am, just saying. All right, so we're going to do that, and then I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Majig, my Stamparatus, aka the Stampopotamus. And yes, you're probably thinking, geez, Mary, I probably would have stamped the sentiment first. Yes, that is a true statement. You probably want to do that before you adhere it to your card front, because now we're hanging it out. This is extreme card making, people. This is card X, all right? So what I have done on my Stamparatus here, you can see on one side I have 2 sentiments from Nothing's Better Than, and I've got another 2 on the other side. So the beauty of the Stamparatus comes out. I can have everything laid out and ready to go. These 2 right here are these sentiments. Today is a blank kind of day, and because of the way the die set is, you can have it be a chocolate kind of day, a cocktails kind of day, or a coffee kind of day, or cookies. Okay, and we've got cookies over there already cut. Okay, so that's kind of fun. So all I'm going to do is I've just lined it up with my DSP, and I'm going to now ink it in Tuxedo Black, Memento ink. Okay, everybody, hold your breath, because I did this backwards. It's true. Just let's be sure we're going to get a good embellish. Oh, there we go. It's perfect. It's perfect. I will take it for $1, Alex. And I'm going to try stamping it again. I don't think it moved. Fingers crossed. Hold your breath. Stick your tongue between your teeth and hold on. Whew, it did it. Woohoo! Okay. Don't be like me. Do this before you adhere it to your mat. Okay? I'm just throwing that out there. Now I'll set this aside. We don't need it until we get to the inside. You can you see that I've got some wet Tuxedo Black ink there? Okay. And hi, Barbara. I'm going to just take my little heat tool on low and give that a little blow so that it kind of starts to get a little head start on drying. Remember, all of the dark colors, and black is particularly interesting, takes a little bit longer to dry, okay? So if you're not careful, you're gonna run your finger over it and you're gonna have a smear, okay? So don't do that. Okay, so that's safe enough for now. Y'all don't let me let you go before I show you. I got a couple of new toys on my desk and I want to show them to you because they're fun. Okay, so I've got this already and it curled a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to curl it back. Okay, so let's go ahead. I have created for you some cookies. And you know what's the bestest thing about these cookies? They have no calories. Not one. There's not one. You can eat all of these cookies and there's no calories at all. And I'm going to get a drink because I've already started making my throat tickle. And I just noticed that this cookie, so you stamp this with the, it's got the outline and some crumbs and the chocolate chips in it. And I stamped that in tuxedo black. And then there is a fill image, but I wanted to use my Stampin' blends just to get a little better, you know, a little better depth to them. So, but I've noticed that here I kind of missed a spot. And I'll show you on the inside how I colored these because it's all the same. But there's really no need to torture you by making you watch this. Now, tuxedo black, really none of the inks should run, but I would go ahead and make sure that they're all dry before you do this, okay? That's just me though. You do you. You guys, we bought a freezer today. Woohoo! It's not a very big one. It's only 9 cubic feet, but it's for the extra. You know, so with my diet, I don't even want to tell you how many cauliflowers I go through. I eat cauliflower rice like I just don't even want you to know because I'm a little embarrassed by it. It's excessive. It is. But I buy it frozen at Costco, actually at Sam's, and it takes up some serious space in my freezer. And so we got this freezer today finally. Been wanting a freezer for a minute, but maybe you've noticed it's a little hard to get a freezer. So we finally bought it today so I can do some, yes, Catherine, yes, at Sam's, chest freezers. Okay, see you, Bree. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Yeah, we happened to find them. We were going to Sam's, and they had like 6 or 7 of them. They had 5 cubic feet ones and 9s. I'm not a fan of chest freezers, but, you know, needs must, right? So that's what we have is a new chest freezer. But what is so cool is it fit in my minivan. So hashtag minivan for life. I do love my van. You never would have gotten it in the back of most SUVs. I'm just saying. Okay? I mean, it's just a thing. My minivan is my baby. But it's sitting now waiting because we laid it down. And you're not supposed to lay them down, but we did. And so that means it had to sit for 24 hours. And so that's what it is doing. It is currently sitting for 24 hours. Okay? And then tomorrow we will make it cold. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm just kind of following the line of my curve here. So what you'll see if you're paying attention is you will notice it really didn't matter whether when I cut my card, my DSP, whether it had the perforations or not, because of this design it's kind of going to be covered up. But look how fun that is. If you weren't going to cover it up, you can get that color of your cardstock through there and add just another little bit of interest to your project without any extra work. Let's just face it, no extra work. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to put these on, and what I did is I adhered these little middle dudes with liquid glue, and then I used Stampin' Dimensionals on the top, the middle, and the bottom cookies. Okay, so you just kind of lay them out, and I like to have the eaten part a little bit different. I don't like them to be like in a row. If you like all the eaten parts to be in a row, then that is how you should roll. Right, Susan? Yay, minivan. Yay, minivan. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'll just go ahead and adhere these first. And this is fun. I love these little cookie things. The only problem is, don't adhere the ones you didn't want, Mare. Stop your yakking. Pay attention. Hello. The only problem is it kind of makes me hungry for cookies, because I gotta tell you, one of my favorite things ever is chocolate chip cookies dunked in coffee. Yep, it's true. I do love chocolate chip cookies. Okay, let me rephrase. I love any cookie that has chocolate in it, whether it's chips or otherwise, dunked in coffee. I also like donuts dunked in coffee. And let's see, what else do I like dunked in coffee? That's about it, donuts and cookies. But I do like that a lot, and so, yeah, this is a problem. But I'll just eat a lot of cauliflower rice and pretend it's a cookie, right? Sure. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and adhere these, popping them on. And we're gonna put that like this, I think. And I'm letting it hang over just a little bit, which is fine, except I don't want it like that because that one is too dork. I see it really, it bugs me when when the bitten off ends are the same. I don't like that. Don't. Okay, so we'll try it again. Try it again. There we go. You don't care for coffee? Well, you could dunk them in tea. Maybe, do you like tea? Hot tea? You could dunk them in tea. Or you could dunk them in milk. Really, anything that you dunk cookies in. I mean, I guess you could dunk cookies in beer, but that would be weird and icky. But almost anything else would probably be okay. Okay, so there we go. So those are on like that. And then, look what I did. I took some terracotta tile and I adhered it, can you see? I adhered it to a piece of foam adhesive, and then I cut it out with the cookies die, and I'm just gonna very carefully punch that out to get it out of the die. And that way I'm gonna have my little sentimente popped up without having to put tons and tons of little pieces of dimensional on there. I mean, you can do it, but this is so much easier. So much easier. All right, here we go. And out it comes. Out it comes. Ew, beer. Yes, that would be disgusting. I mean, beer is, no offense to beer drinkers out there, but ew. Beer is icky anyway. And dunk cookies. Blech. Blech. Amy, yes, you're a purist. Just straight up eat them. I do like to eat them, but I really, really like them dunked. Get off of my finger. Okay, so I'm pushing out the little chads. The hanging chads. The hanging chads, Mary, are coming out, or they're not. I don't know. Are they coming out? Yes, there they go. Is this a little fiddly? Yeah, maybe. That's okay, though. Hey, there's no fussy cutting on this card, so it's not that fiddly, right? Now, just so you know, the jury is probably out on whether this is a clean and simple card, but it is for me. This is as clean and simple as I can do. I just want you to know that. This is about clean and simple for me. I did manage to get some awesome antique corners and slides on this, which I thought was pretty clever of me, really. Goodness. I'd like to tell you it's not always this difficult getting these little tiny pieces out on the foam adhesive, but sometimes it is. So just be patient. Pretend you're not live on a video. And no, you couldn't use your little brush thingy. That would not work. Very good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. At Christmas. Ooh. Oh, yes. Absolutely. I'll bet those are yummy. Yummy, yummy. Okay, here we go. It's coming. All right, I got it. Phew. I got it. Well, that one's being a pill. Come here, you. Come here. Have you ever noticed that talking to die cuts does not actually fix the problem? Just, telling you that. Just so you know, it doesn't fix the problem. There we go. What does help the problem is my Twizzlers. Yep. Okay, so now I'm going to put this at kind of a little angle here like that to be all sassy and cute. Like that. And give it a little bit of a push. There we go. cookies. Okay, so that wasn't nearly as hard as I made it look. So here's the little, oh shoot, I know what that's called. I don't anymore. Let's just face it, I don't have any idea what that's called anymore. I knew at one time in my life I did because I think I looked it up. But it has a name. Did you know it's not just a dot your eye? It's got an actual name. Who knew? Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a piece of terracotta tile ribbon. This is from the Ornate Garden pack. And I am going to find... Dun dun. Oh, they're there. Okay, here we go. I'm going to find... Hi, Kay. I know. It is a little hard on the words, but it's so much easier, really, than putting little pieces of dimensional on there, right? So I'm going to thread this ribbon through one of the slides, like so. Just like that. And I'm going to put the slide just about at the start of the sentiment, okay? So then I will cut my piece. And I'm going to use, let's put that over there before I lose that die. Not that I've ever lost a die in my entire life. Said no crafter ever. The only crafters who have never lost a die in their life are the ones who've never owned a die in their life. That is my theory. Because they have legs. These little boogers have legs. Okay, so I've got my glue dots on the... Well, I don't have that one on the back of there. That one is stuck to my finger. My finger. It's stuck to my finger. There we go. I'm going to use those now to adhere this to the back of my mat. And you can see I'm kind of fiddling with that slide, but the truth is you don't have to, because it will actually, I don't know, slide. Okay. There we go. And I actually like where it is. So now I'm going to put a couple of these little corners on here because I love them. I really do. I love them. I really, really love them. I'm going to put one in each of these corners. Have you ever lost something when you just got done using it and it is right in front of you? Yeah, that is what just happened. I was using the glue dots and then I lost them. And then they were there. I saw them move. I'm pretty certain I did. Okay, so we're going to put one corner there. And another corners, or never use the ones they buy. There you go. They never came out of their... I don't think it's a dot, Amy, but you're right. They never came out of their packaging. Yep. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. Okay. So that is the card front. Now, let me have another drink. Apparently, I'm yakking quite a bit. Or maybe the humidity is way down. Let's go with that. All right. Now, I'm going to flip over the panel on my Stamparatus. And I have two sentiments here, that the ones that you've seen already on the inside of the card, like so. And I am going to stamp them on a piece of Very Vanilla in a basic black. In a basic black. Get your... There, okay. Now let me just double check my alignment. Yes, I'm happy with that. I knew you would be worried if I wasn't happy with that. So we'll just ink these up with our tuxedo black. And give them a good push. And I'm going to do one more because it's not quite as dark as I'd like. And because it's never fun if you haven't pushed your luck with your stamps, right? Okay, so let me set that aside. And now I'm going to take my cookie again and stamp it right between those two sentiments. Okay, so that's two different sentiments. You could just not use them if you didn't want to, but I wanted to. And I'm just gonna stamp that right there like that. Hold it a beat, and that's good. Now, while I've got my stamp out, I'll go ahead and stamp the front of my medium Very Vanilla envelope. And because too many cookies isn't even a thing, I'm going to put a couple of 3 on here, because I can. I'll put one on one side, and I'll put another one right there. Okay. So I'll set that aside, and then we're going to do a little coloring, and then we'll be done. Aw, thanks. Yeah, mine go all over the place, every which way from Sunday. They sure do. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to use my light and dark crumb cake blends. And y'all, you should take notes on my exquisite, highly artistic coloring style. Okay, this is critical that you do it exactly this way. Start with the lighter of the colors. That's critical, not really, but I'm saying it is. And we're just going to color the whole innards of this image. And it really won't bleed too much or at all, but you know, you do want to kind of be a little careful so that you don't go outside the lines. You know how your parents told you it was okay to color outside the lines? Well, you know, think that through before you do it on your cards. And then I'm going to take the dark one and I'm going to do the edge. Isn't that like the most professional looking coloring you've ever seen in your life? My goodness, how did I ever come up with it? It is crazy. Me, Picasso, and Van Gogh. Yes, we're all in the same caliber of artisticness. What do you think those guys would have done with alcohol blender pens like these? What do you think? My goodness. I don't know, but it would have been cool. Okay, so there's that. Now, let me just set that aside. I'm going to take my acetate and I'm going to stick it inside my envelope so that it doesn't bleed through, because, you know, it bleeds. And we're just going to repeat 3 more times because it's kind of a complicated coloring technique and I really wanted you to see how to do it. So I thought to myself, how many times could you color this cookie? Aren't you glad I colored the 5 on the card for you? Yeah. I know, see? I thought it looked more real using the blending pans, these Stampin' blends, whose name I apparently have just completely forgotten for a second, instead of the fill image. Because it's a pretty easy color, so I kind of decided it was better to do like this. You could certainly use just crumb cake ink and then use the fill image. Okay, but you can see what I've done now after I did the initial full fill with the light. About time for a new blend. But I'm being pretty heavy with the coloring, and so that's why I wanted to be sure I put something in there to protect the back of the envelope. Okay, and then I'm going to go around the edge. How far down out into the middle you go is totally up to you, and I'm really not sure it's all that critical of a thing. You know, it's like if you like real chewy, kind of thinner cookies, then you might want to not go too far out, or you might want to go way out so that it looked flatter. But if you like domey cookies, then you would want to use a little less. And then after I did the dark edges, I took my light again and went back over the whole thing to kind of really finalize the blend. I know. Who knew you were going to learn to make a card and how to color like a total artist, right? Hi, Janie. Appreciate you joining. Glad you could make it. All right. We're almost there, guys. Hang with me. Now, we're going to go right from here to the party, so if I don't respond to some comments right away, then you'll know why. I'm partying, because you know me, I am a party animal. Finney doesn't even know that he's got such fun fixing to happen. He doesn't even know. Okay, so now I'll set that aside for a second, and then let's go ahead and assemble the rest of the card. Okay, and I'm just going to use some liquid glue. You don't like raisins? No. Raisins in oatmeal, well, better in oatmeal cookies is chocolate chips. That is certainly true. I mean, you know, if it was you can have chocolate chips or you can have raisins, that is a so easy choice. But if it's like there's no chocolate chips and you're making oatmeal cookies, I just really think that raisins in oatmeal cookies are really good. Sorry, I think you're wrong on that one there, Amy. Yes, I do. I think you're wrong on that one there, Amy. Mm-hmm. I mean, in normal cases, I would defer to your wisdom and knowledge, but I think you're wrong. So we're just going to put this in. I love this. I know that all of the cards that get entered in the challenge are going to be like Halloween cards. I mean, seriously, crumb cake, black and orange. Screams Halloween. But when I saw it, it screamed chocolate chip cookie. Just saying. All right, and so I'm going to use some little mini black ones. You can use what you like, but I'm using the little mini blacks for this one. And we're going to put this, I don't know what I am doing right now. You know what's weird? What's so weird is I did that exact same thing at the last video. Dudes, I'm losing my mind. And I don't even need it to be black for that. Good Lord. You know, think about, I'm 29 now. What is it going to be like when I'm 65? Oh my goodness. I'll be like, and then you put the, yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. Okay, and there we go. Craisins. No, see now, but you yeah, no, because it's kind of cranberries. No, In order of preference, it would have to be chocolate chips. Oh, you know what's really good in oatmeal cookies? Have you ever had those Heath Brickle bits? Oh. Yes, we're all 29, plus expedited shipping and handling, right? Uh-oh, I got a dot. I got a terracotta dot. It's a rogue dot. What? Okay, and then we'll put that. See how cool it looks? Oh yeah, I like this color scheme. I do. I really do. I really, really do. Okay. Now we're going to put a little bit more of the DSP on the envelope flap. Take that out. And once I get done, I'm going to show you my new toy. It's not a toy, it's a tool. And it's totally necessary. Yeah. Lots of handling. Actually, craisins and chocolate chips. Oh. Okay, I'll give you that. I've seen the videos of you cooking, so I will defer to your superior baking skills, Karen. All right. We'll just put that on and give it a quick cut. A quick cut. All righty. Now, let me give you the preamble to my new tool. So y'all know that I'm an affiliate for Stampin' Storage, so I'll just tell you straight up, I'm an affiliate for Stampin' Storage. And if you purchase through the link on my blog, I will get a little commission. Okay, that's out of the way. Let me put this away and let me show you my card. What do you think? It made you hungry. You wish you had a cookie with chocolate chips, raisins, craisins, brickles, whatever you want. You wish you had a cookie right now, don't you? I know. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's the card. Now, let me show you this amazing tool. So I got an email. We all got an email. If you've ever ordered from Stampin' Storage, you probably got an email that talked about this odd looking thing right here. And it's called a desk caddy. And I kind of put it off, and I kind of put it off, and I kind of put it off. And then they had their sale, and I said, I'm not putting it off anymore. So it came. And I put it together because seriously, guys, it came in a flat package. All these pieces were in a flat package with instructions. And I'm actually pretty good at reading instructions. And so I did. I read the instructions and I put it together. Are you ready? Everybody get ready for a collective gasp. Whoa! Look at this booger. This is the large, okay? And it is like, it's good size. Here's my ruler. It is 12 inches across, okay? And look, are you ready for it? It spins. It spins. And it has room. Look here. This is the biggest, giantest block that Stampin' Up! Sells. Right there. It's got room for all of my dimensionals. It's got room for my blocks, more blocks, tear and tape, blender pens, skizzers, some glue, more dimensionals, my watercolor pens, and my Stampin' Seal, and my repositionable one that I use to, you know, put layouts together. And I still have openings left. Now, I decided to leave mine wooden, but you could also paint this. I've been told, I've heard, you paint it before you put it together. There is no glue on this right now, none. It's all just because of the way it all goes together. But they did tell you, they give you in the instructions, they say if you want it to be like more permanent, you can put glue. There's a few places that they suggest that you put like some wood glue to hold it together, but it is quite, I mean, this is heavy now with all the stuff in it, and it's pretty sturdy. You know, Stampin' Storage makes good products, and I was a little worried about this because it looks a little flimsy, but I'm just thinking it's pretty good. And Debbie, yeah, I really went back and forth between this one and the little one, but I thought I can make space, and it freed up my 31 caddy so I could move some stuff in here. And I was keeping all of my blocks and glues and dimensionals in little 31 littles caddies, and they were working fine, but it was hard to find all the stuff. Now I can see it. I set it right off to the side of my desk, and I can spin it to see all of the things. Now I can see all of the things. So there you go. I have to say, you need this, okay? It's cool. This one's cool. All right, so let me get this out of the way, and then I'm going to tell y'all thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with me. And I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you on Thursday on my YouTube video, I hope. So we'll see you later, alligator. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Thanks, Pam.